want to know how to handle life's challenges. As Ping Shan neared finishing the first restroom, his always late colleague called in a hurry and complained upon meeting. Compared to the diligent, shining Ping Shan, this colleague is a slacking off master, blending work and pleasure like a pro at working hard or hardly working. Ping Shan is used to it, even though they work at the same place. There's no need for senior and junior to point fingers. It's not a big everyone's happy, that's fine. After cleaning the first restroom, Ping Shan rushed to the next task, indifferent to his colleagues loafing. By the way, the 17 restrooms Ping Shan cleans are from a 2020 Tokyo Shibuya public toilet project. They are more vital than they look. The design team, comprised of top international designers, aims to change the dark, dirty, and unsafe image of public toilets. Once built, they are tourist hotspots, yet prejudices are like a mountain, hard to move. Many still stereotype cleaners as toiling in restrooms all day covered in repelling impressions. One day, Ping Shan met a lost boy crying helplessly in a restroom. Ping Shan removed gloves, gently lifted the boy, saying, "Don't worry, we'll find your mom." Subtitle, however, when the two were reunited, the atmosphere turned extremely awkward. The mother scolded her son while glaring at Ping Shan with piercing eyes as if she had seen an alien. She took a tissue to wipe the boy's hand, focusing only on the one Ping Shan held. Ping Shan watched quietly. He knew he couldn't change deep-rooted biases, but he could hold on to his untrue self. When the boy turned to wave goodbye, Ping Shan couldn't help but smile. Around 8 o'clock, Ping Shan would find a quiet spot to have breakfast, and not far away, a girl was also enjoying. He politely nodded and smiled at her, but she stared back at him with a look of surprise, as if he might break into a dance any second. To be honest, I've always been at a loss as to what this particular scene was trying to express. Everyone tacitly chose to remain silent. After having finished breakfast, Ping Shan dove back into work full of energy. While the expressionless office lady sat there, he always wore a smile, even enthusiastically responding to Homer's folks on the street. Although the movie didn't specify Ping Shan's work hours, we can guess she probably worked a half-day shift from how the plot unfolds. She drove home around noon to change into fresh clothes, and when she set out again, she opted for her bicycle. Then she headed to a public bath to wash herself clean and soak in a hot bath, but she didn't rush to leave afterward. She savoured rare lobby peace, unlike daytime working stiffs. For Ping Shan, cleaning restrooms was a ticket to freedom. As she left the bathhouse, it started to drizzle, but she rode through it calmly. Soon, she arrived at an underground mall, grabbing dinner from a little stall. I've often observed people dining alone in restaurants. They usually find a hidden corner, staring at their phones, and leave as if they were. But Ping Shan appeared calm, smilingly observing her surroundings, with a baseball game on TV and a busy kitchen. There were also other guests animatedly chatting. These common daily scenes formed the very essence of life. This is often termed as the human touch. Although noisy, it brings a special warmth. Compared to the daytime, at night, Ping Shan hardly went out, just opened a book, and fell asleep calmly when the sleepiness kicked in, free from worries. This is what a perfect day looks like for Ping Shan. At first glance, it seems like anyone's ordinary day, but it actually makes many people, because Ping Shan finds joy in dull work and nurtures interest even during life's gaps. For instance, while cleaning restrooms, he found a note in the wall's crevice, featuring a game similar to tic-tac-toe. Ping Shan would draw the next move, tuck the note back, and find an extra move added the next day. Thus went back and forth between him and an unseen stranger until all the spaces and the note were filled. The stranger even left a note saying thank you, and with a big smile, Ping Shan tucked the note into his pocket, gaining a tiny thrill of happiness. Every day during breaks, he would take out his camera to capture the beauty around him and head to the photo shop once the film was full. I often use my phone to document my life too, but those photos gradually get deleted when storage runs out or are forgotten after a phone upgrade. But after careful selection, Ping Shan would save his favorite photos in a metal box. When he opened his storage cabinet, he was shocked to find many such metal boxes, each labeled with detailed timestamps. Beyond collecting photos, Ping Shan also gathered flowers and plants from the roadside, being extra careful as if he were nurturing a newborn baby. He would transfer them into nurturing cups back home, caring for them daily to add a splash of life to his home. Moreover, Ping Shan's biggest hobby is reading and listening to music at home, with an old-school radio and some tapes that are almost hard. He visits the bookstore once a week to buy a book he likes and finishes reading it during the following week's free time. All this time, Ping Shan kept moving steadily on his routine, but life always throws a curveball with unexpected people and events. One day, his colleague's motorcycle suddenly broke down, and he rushed over to borrow Ping Shan's car, eager to meet his girlfriend. After his colleague hounded him endlessly, Ping Shan reluctantly complied. The colleague praised Ping Shan as a good person while bragging to the girl about how seriously Ping Shan worked, but she didn't seem to care at all. The girl busied herself rummaging through the car, suddenly intrigued by an old-school teacher's tape that was on the verge of being discarded, having never heard music from a tape before. The colleague initially planned to drop Ping Shan off at home before taking the girl out, but she suddenly changed her mind. It seemed she was just out fishing for attention and didn't want to waste her time with him. Meanwhile, the colleague thought he had found true love and, while Ping Shan wasn't looking, slyly slipped the tape into the girl's bag. After the girl alighted, the colleague complained again, not wanting to do this lousy job any longer, as he'd just made enough for food and had no time for love. That's when he noticed the teacher's tape in the car again. It looked like it had some age to it, probably worth a pretty penny, so he pressed Ping Shan to estimate. Sure enough, these tapes are indeed vintage items from the 1970s and 1980s. With each box now worth over 10,000 yen. Then he begged Ping Shan to sell the tapes and lend him money to treat his girlfriend at a bar, hoping to secure love in the process. But Ping Shan absolutely refused to sell this tape. Not wanting to see his colleague's fallen face, Ping Shan eventually agreed to lend him the little cash he had. However, the consequence of lending money was that Ping Shan had to settle for instant noodles for dinner, messing up his otherwise regimented day. Next day, at work, his colleague's girlfriend suddenly showed up to return the tape that didn't belong to him back to Ping Shan. Thus, the two started listening to music together in the car, unexpectedly opening a new chapter in their lives. If you like this video, subscribe. Thanks for your support.